I am a retired Special Forces soldier. One day the police started pushing me around, until I finally reached the point where I could not take it anymore. That was when everything began to spiral. At the time I was trying to get my brother out of jail, but on the way 2 officers stopped me. They took the money I was carrying. It was the cash I planned to use for my brother's bail. I forced myself to stay calm and did not fight back, because in that moment, getting my brother out mattered more than anything else. When I arrived at the courthouse, no one wanted to help me. The clerk told me in a cold voice, no money means no bail. Even when I showed them proof that the police had taken my cash, they acted like it meant nothing. With nowhere else to turn, I called a restaurant owner I used to know and explained everything that had happened. He agreed to help me, but said it would take a few days to gather the money. That night, I had no cash left at all and nowhere to go, so I slept outside by the river. For a retired Special Forces soldier, that kind of hardship was nothing new to me, but what I could not understand was how a man who once fought for his country could end up like this. After I found out where the police station was, I decided I would not let it go. The next day, I walked straight into the station to file a report. The officer who took my money looked shocked when he saw me.
You're gonna need to leave. I'd like to finish it. False police report. Put your signature on that.
Instead of taking my complaint seriously, he started threatening me, saying I was making false accusations. The police chief came out. He said someone like me probably deserved to be investigated anyway, and the fact that I was standing there talking was already more mercy than I deserved. He warned me, if I came back again causing trouble, I would be charged with something far worse. After saying that, he grabbed the recorder I was wearing and ripped it off me. That was the moment I understood the truth. The chief and those officers were all on the same side. The entire department was rotten, with no options left. I tried to compromise. I only asked for $10,000 back, just enough to post bail for my brother. They could keep the rest. The chief pretended to be generous. He told me to come back the next morning at 9:30 and said I would be able to see my brother, but I did not realize it was just another trap. Early the next morning, I returned like he said, but the chief had already broken his word. My brother had been transferred to a state prison.
We pulled up our schedule.
Hold on. You said I could see him.
At 9 a.m. You're 3 minutes late.
I was furious, but I had no time to argue, because inside that prison was a man who hated my brother. If they crossed paths, my brother would not survive. I chased down the transport van and finally saw my brother. I told him to keep his head down and promised I would get him out soon. What I did not know was that it would be the last time we ever spoke. After I returned to town, I called the restaurant owner again, planning to secure the bail money, but I was hit with another blow. The chief had already sent people to force the restaurant to shut down. The owner's accounts were frozen. He could not even pay his employees anymore. That was when I finally understood the chief's plan. Letting me see my brother was never kindness. It was just a way to buy time, so he could dig into my background. Step by step, he pushed me into a corner. But what he did not realize was that I am not the kind of man who breaks when cornered.